The guitar, one of the most beloved and versatile musical instruments, has a history that stretches back thousands of years. Though its modern form is easily recognizable today, the guitar's origins are deeply rooted in ancient civilizations. The earliest stringed instruments that resemble the guitar can be traced back over 4,000 years to Mesopotamia and Egypt. These early instruments, known as bowl harps and tambours, had a resonating body and strings that were plucked to produce sound. Over time, these primitive designs evolved as they spread across cultures and regions. The Moors brought the oud, a pear-shaped string instrument, to Spain in the 8th century. This instrument greatly influenced the development of early European guitars. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into its fascinating evolution, exploring how different cultures, innovations, and legendary musicians have influenced its development. Join us as we uncover the incredible journey of the guitar right here on History of Simple Things. By the 15th and 16th centuries, a more recognizable version of the guitar had emerged in Spain. Known as the vihuela, this instrument was similar to the lute, but had a shape more like today's classical guitar. It had 6 double courses of strings and was primarily used in courtly and aristocratic music. During the same period, the baroque guitar became popular across Europe. This instrument typically had 5 courses of gut strings and was often used for both accompaniment and solo performances. The Baroque guitar's influence is still evident in classical music today, as it was one of the first instruments to be widely used in written compositions. The transition from double-course strings to single-string courses marked an important development in the guitar's design, making it easier to play complex melodies and harmonies. The modern 6-string guitar began to take shape in the late 18th century, thanks to Spanish luthiers. One of the most important figures in this development was Antonio de Torres Jurado, a 19th-century guitar maker who is often credited as the father of the modern classical guitar. His innovations included a larger body, fan bracing, and improved resonance, all of which helped the guitar achieve a richer and more powerful sound. These design changes not only improved the instrument's projection, but also allowed for greater expressiveness in playing. As the classical guitar gained popularity, variations of the instrument began to emerge, leading to the birth of the steel-string acoustic guitar. In the United States, guitar makers such as C.F. Martin and Orville Gibson pioneered new designs to cater to folk, country, and blues musicians. Martin introduced the X-bracing system, which allowed for the use of steel strings instead of gut strings. This gave the guitar a brighter and louder sound, making it ideal for popular music styles. Gibson, on the other hand, experimented with archtop designs, creating guitars with F-holes similar to those found on violins. One of the most revolutionary developments in guitar history came in the 1930s and 1940s with the invention of the electric guitar. As musicians sought ways to amplify their instruments for larger audiences, engineers and luthiers experimented with electromagnetic pickups, which converted string vibrations into electrical signals. One of the earliest commercially successful electric guitars was the Rickenbacker frying pan, developed in the early 1930s. However, it was the Gibson ES-150, popularized by jazz guitarist Charlie Christian, that truly demonstrated the potential of the electric guitar. The next major breakthrough came in 1950, when Leo Fender introduced the Fender Telecaster, the first mass-produced solid-body electric guitar. Unlike hollow-body electric guitars, the Telecaster's solid construction reduced feedback and produced a sharp, cutting tone that suited the emerging rock and roll genre. Gibson responded in 1952 with the Les Paul model, designed in collaboration with guitarist Les Paul himself. The Les Paul featured a thicker body and dual humbucking pickups, giving it a warm and powerful sound that became synonymous with rock, blues, and jazz. These two guitars, along with Fender's later model, the Stratocaster, set the stage for the golden age of electric guitar music. By the 1960s and 1970s, the electric guitar had become the defining instrument of popular music. Rock and roll legends such as Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, and Jimmy Page pushed the boundaries of guitar playing, using distortion, feedback, and innovative techniques to create new sounds. Meanwhile, folk musicians like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez kept the acoustic guitar relevant, influencing generations of songwriters. The diversity of guitar styles continued to expand, with jazz, blues, metal, and progressive rock guitarists all contributing to the instrument's evolution. The rise of effects pedals further revolutionized guitar tones, allowing for endless sonic experimentation. The 1980s and 1990s saw the rise of virtuoso guitarists like Eddie Van Halen, Steve Vai, and Joe Satriani, who showcased technical mastery through techniques such as tapping, sweep picking, and rapid alternate picking. At the same time, punk rock and grunge musicians embraced a rawer, more straightforward approach to guitar playing. The electric guitar had now become an essential tool for self-expression, whether through complex solos or simple power chords. Meanwhile, acoustic guitar manufacturers continued to refine their designs, with brands like Taylor and Takamine introducing new construction methods and onboard electronics to enhance the instrument's versatility. Today, the guitar remains one of the most popular instruments in the world. Advancements in technology have introduced digital modeling, multi-effects processors, and even AI-assisted playing techniques. While traditional acoustic and electric guitars continue to thrive, innovations like MIDI guitars and 3D printed instruments are pushing the boundaries of what a guitar can be. Online platforms have also made learning the instrument more accessible than ever, allowing aspiring musicians to study from world-class guitarists through video lessons and interactive tutorials. Despite all these technological advancements, the essence of the guitar remains unchanged. It is an instrument that connects deeply with human emotions, capable of conveying joy, sorrow, excitement, and everything in between. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.